everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Today I have my May and June candle and body care empties to share with you. I'm really excited to be filming another empties video. As you can tell, I am sort of playing around with the formatting of my empties video. For years, I posted very consistently a monthly empties video, which had all of the body care, candles, vendor wax, retail wax, hand soaps, etc. all in one video. And while I absolutely loved doing that video, because of the amount of wax that I melted and candles that I burned, that video became huge. It got to the point where I was filming that video across 2 different days because I couldn't talk about all of the wax and the body care, and then I would be tired by the time I got to the candles. So I started filming it over 2 different days. It got to the point where I was cutting out a lot of stuff because I was trying to keep the video under an hour, and it just sort of started becoming this chore for me. And as I had mentioned, I actually had filmed, you know, in October, November, December empties videos, and before editing, those videos were like an hour and 45 minutes long. And because I had my grandmother during that time, and also because of the holidays, I never got around to editing those. I still have the footage, actually, I found it, but I just decided not to worry about posting that and try to figure out something different. So the last empties you saw on my channel, I separated all my Bath and Body Works candles and body care, and then I did a like Homework, Yankee, the other candle companies, and then I did a vendor wax. So that was sort of like my spring empties. So now I'm trying something a little bit different. There was positive feedback about that. But what I'm going to do now is try to do a monthly candle and body care empties. This is 2 months, but well, maybe I'm going to get back to the monthly, or I might do 2 months at a time. It just depends. There's a couple reasons for that. One, I don't love having all of the candles sitting around for 3 months at a time. My dining room is my filming room, so it takes up a lot of space. Also, it doesn't really serve the best purpose to review a lot of these candles after the season is over, when sometimes these candles are no longer in stores, or you can't get them online and you can't get your hands on them. So I started thinking about that, and some of the feedback I got was, well, I love seeing everything, all the candles together, but now this candle's out of stock. Now this candle sounds amazing and I would want to purchase it based on your review, but now I can't get it anymore. Now that really got me thinking, you know, that makes a lot of sense. So I am going to try to go back to either a month or 2 months together format for candles and body care. And for my vendor wax people, no worries. They're still going to have its presence on my channel. I've just got to figure out how I'm going to do that as well. So I'm thinking I might still do a seasonal wax video and kind of just have all the wax for the season. I might go back to doing a monthly wax video and just keep it separate. So it's 2 separate videos and postings. We'll see. Lots of changes. Let me know your thoughts below, how you feel about things. I know several people have also said to me, well, why can't you go back to doing individual candle reviews on your channel? And let me know what your thoughts are there. I really want your honest feedback. Obviously, what I'm going to do for the channel is going to be what's best for me, because this is a hobby for me. But I really want your feedback. I want to hear what, if people are overwhelmingly want something a certain way, you know, I do try to take that into consideration and make changes accordingly. So let me know your thoughts below. Okay, enough rambling about my channel and the changes to the empties videos. Let's get into it. This is for May and June, and as you can see, Bath and Body Works and Homeworks, the only candles that I burned. This might not seem like a ton of candles for me for 2 months, but that's because I've been burning these candles, and I haven't finished these, but I am going to do a separate review on these. I've tried to burn all of these halfway down, so I wanted to kind of chat about those, mainly in case these candles come back in the future. So a lot of time that I normally would have spent finishing a candle, I spent on those 6 candles, kind of burning those down to get my thoughts on those. So that will be a separate video. My theme for May, I did a lot of fruity scents, and watermelon has definitely reigned supreme for me. In June specifically, May, there was a lot of different fruity kind of scents as well, and lime, and I've just really enjoyed the past several months of burning. As with all my empties video, I'm going to start with the random bits first, the hand soaps, the body care. I have some Lush, and then I'm going to move into the candles. I will leave timestamps below, so if you're only interested in any particular portion of the video, you can click on the timestamp and it will take you directly to that portion of the video. So if you're interested in seeing my empties for the month of May and June, let's get started. Okie dokie, let's start with with the Pocketbacs and hand soaps. The first Pocketbac that we finished is Unicorn Water. This is Magical Melon, and oddly this one to me has a cologne aspect. Like, you think Magical Melon is going to smell like fruity watermelon or cantaloupe or something like that, but it's actually quite heavy and reminds me of a cologne. My partner really loved it, but it was definitely not my favorite. We also finished Island Margarita. This is just a classic mango margarita scent from Bath & Body Works. Love it. The Pocketbac scent was very true to the scent. And the last Pocketbac we finished is the Love Is Here Suntan from last year. I absolutely love this entire line. I think it's so pretty, first of all. And I actually really love the scent. It smelled just like the suntan scent, suntan lotion. Perfect for summer. I love the suntan scent in Pocketbac. It was really good. We finished quite a few hand soaps. The first one is Raspberry Tangerine. This is the Creamy Luxe hand soap, and this scent is wild raspberries, fresh tangerine, and lemon zest. And I really did enjoy the hand soap. It is a tart but slightly sweet raspberry, sort of other dark berry fruits mixed with a sweetened tangerine citrusy scent. And I feel like this scent really is its best in the hand soap and the body care, and I'll talk about the candle in this video. I finished this Island Margarita soap, the Gentle Gel hand soap. This is fresh squeezed lime and sea salt, but this is definitely a mango, fruity, sweet margarita. It's not a lime margarita scent at all. I'm not a huge fan of the Gentle Gel hand soap. After using this one and another one that I'll talk about, I just don't feel like they lather enough. It just feels like something's missing. I definitely prefer the Creamy Luxe, the deep cleansing. I would even say that I prefer the gentle foaming over these. And I've never really been a huge fan of the gentle foaming, but these just feel like I'm using Dial or soft soap. And not that there's anything wrong with those soaps, but I can certainly get those soaps cheaper than Bath & Body Works soap. So I don't love this formulation at all. I hope that maybe this goes away and we start seeing more of the Creamy Luxe or seeing deep cleansing back, because I really prefer those formulations personally. The next soap that I finished is this Blackberries and Basil. This was from the beginning of fall last year, and I love the packaging. I love the florals. I love this dark purple jewel tone. It's really pretty. The notes are fresh blackberries, sparkling champagne, and basil. And I thought that I would love this scent. Basil, blackberries, yes please. But it was just sort of generic, nondescript for me. The blackberry wasn't like a really juicy, sweet blackberry. There was sort of this almost dry blackberry martini aspect with like a sprig of basil. It's kind of what it made me think of, but the scent didn't really last long on my hands, and it just wasn't my favorite. This was another gel hand soap, and I've already mentioned that this is just not my favorite formulation. The next hand soap I finished was Lavender Coconut. This is one of the Creamy Luxe. Thought this packaging was really pretty. The notes are lavender, fresh coconut, and vanilla cream. And look at that price, $6.50. I can't remember if this was from a couple years ago or what, but really like this scent. It definitely smelled like the lavender coconut candle that they brought out a couple years ago. You definitely got a lot of that creamy, sort of beachy coconut, but with just a little bit of lavender kind of swirled in there. And it was just really nice, great for the summer. I really love the Creamy Luxe. They're just moisturizing, and they do have a little bit more of a luxurious feel to them compared to the other formulations. So I really hope that we start seeing more of the Creamy Luxe hand soaps back for fall. We finished this Beach Cabana Gentle Foaming Hand Soap. This is this year's packaging. This is Jasmine, Orange Blossom, and Warm Sands. And y'all might remember that last year I absolutely fell in love with the Beach Cabana Deep Cleansing Hand Soap that they brought out. This scent is amazing in hand soap. It definitely matched the candle, and I bought several of those. I'm actually using one of the deep cleansing now. This one was nice, but the scent wasn't as strong. Last year, the Beach Cabana scent in the deep cleansing form was a lot stronger. I feel like it stayed on my hands. But in this particular format, I just feel like it wasn't as strong, and it didn't really stay on my hands. I did enjoy it, but not as much as the deep cleansing from last year. But I was glad to see this scent back, so I'm hoping that we continue to see this scent, Beach Cabana, come back in hand soap form year after year, because to me it is just really excellent. We finished 2 of the Rosemary and Rain Purely Clean Gentle Foaming Hand Soaps, and oh man, if y'all saw my recent semi-annual sale haul, you'll know that I am just in love with this Purely Clean line. The Rosemary and Rain and the Cucumber Verbena, so good. The notes are yellow bergamot, a sprig of rosemary, and cedarwood. And this is absolutely amazing. If you can find these in your stores, grab them up. Hopefully Bath & Body Works will bring this scent back next year. Maybe it was in my head, but I do feel like this Purely Clean line in the gentle foaming formulation didn't dry my hands out as much as the typical gentle foaming hand soap does, because I use this 2 months in a row. Like, I finished one in the kitchen and I immediately put another one back in the kitchen. The scent was strong and it stayed on my hands for a long time. Like, every time I use it, I was like, oh my gosh, this smells so good. You definitely get a lot of that herbal rosemary, but you also get this little bit of an aquatic note. There's definitely the woodsy cedarwood note is sort of grounding and earthy, and it's just fresh, earthy, herbal amazingness, perfect for spring. But really, I could see using this through summer for sure as well. I was only able to get 2 more of these at semi-annual sale, but I would definitely buy more of these if I could find them. The scent's amazing. And the last hand soap we finished in May and June is another Purely Clean Gentle Foaming and Cucumber Verbena. Oh man, love, love, love this scent as well. This is green tea, watery cucumber, and verbena. And really, to me, this smells like the Summer Terrace candle that came out a couple years ago. It smells like sort of beach sage and mint. That family, it's crisp, green, watery, fresh, clean, and it just makes me think of like someone coming out of a hot shower because of that. Like, it's an ozone note as well. It's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I bought a lot of them at semi-annual sale and have no regrets, just in case they don't bring this back. I also love the Wallflower in this, as you're gonna see, and I really wish they would have brought us a candle in this scent because it's just absolutely fabulous. Speaking of Wallflowers, I finished 3 of the Cucumber Verbena scent. As I mentioned, I absolutely love this one. Green tea, watery cucumber, and verbena. I've already described what it smells like. The Wallflower smells just like the hand soap. Sort of has that Summer Terrace, beach sage, and mint vibe. Clean, green, watery, crisp, ozone. It's just perfect. I really love this scent throughout spring in various rooms. I finished a Wallflower bulb and I put another one right back in because I just wanted more. I felt like the bulb lasted toward the very end. I couldn't really smell it anymore, but pretty much from the start till probably like the 2/3 mark, it went well. I feel like I could always smell it. I didn't really become nose blind to it. So yeah, great, great scent. I finished a Eucalyptus Rain Wallflower bulb. Love this scent. It's just a classic Bath & Body Works spring scent. Aromatic eucalyptus, spearmint leaves, a fresh spring rain. Fresh, aquatic, amazingness. Classic Bath & Body Works scent. Love it. I used a Saltwater Breeze Wallflower. This is fresh linen, violet leaves, and white water blossom. I'm going to talk about the scent more in the candle form in just a minute. Really enjoyed this one. I felt like the Wallflower of this wasn't as strong, and it kind of died out about the halfway point, and I had to kind of replace it. So the Wallflower bulb wasn't the best performance, but the scent itself was nice while I could smell it. And the last Wallflower bulb I used is At the Beach. Love the scent, and it is just the perfect summer body care scent. I don't tend to do a lot of body care scents and Wallflowers, but I would definitely buy a candle of this one, and it's just amazing. It just smells like the beach. You've got the coconut, you've got the saltiness, you just have this perfect beach scent, and I absolutely love it. Okie dokie, a little bit of body care. I finished this moisturizing body wash in Saltwater Breeze. Really enjoyed this scent. Fresh linen, violet leaves, water blossom, and white musk. And when I first smelled it in the store, I wasn't loving the scent, but the dry down on my skin is what I really, really enjoyed. It definitely is a clean, slightly floral, beachy scent is how I would describe it. There's a little bit of a sweetness to it. There is, to me, more of like aquatic notes than like fresh air, and it is really nice. I thought it also paired well with some other scents that I was using at the time. Really like this one. I don't know that I would actually repurchase it though. I'm just sort of tired of it now, so I don't think I would pick up another one, but if they bring it back next year, I might pick up another one. I finished this scrub in the Bathing Gardens Lacquered Lollipops. It's the Mango Butter Sugar Scrub, and as y'all know, I love her sugar scrubs. They are very gritty and coarse, and so if you don't like a very gritty, coarse scrub, these might not be for you, but I love that extra sort of grit and the coarseness. This particular scent wasn't my favorite. It sort of smelled like an sort of nondescript, like Easter candy. There was sort of something about it that reminded me of those like Necco wafers. It was sweet and it was pleasant, but it just wouldn't be a scent that I would repurchase again in scrub form. I finished this L'Occitane's Ultra Rich Lotion. This is their non-scented, like shea, very moisturizing lotion. I definitely found myself needing to use a lot of lotion on my hands. because I'm washing my hands a lot more, and especially with using some of the gentle foaming hand soaps, I just, you know, try to keep them moisturized. So yeah, this is nice. It's non-scented, but it is really moisturizing compared to a lot of other like shea creams and lotions. I finished the sample size Bathing Garden Sugar Scrub and Down the Rabbit Hole. This scent was sort of like a sweet floral, not my favorite, but I always appreciate the fact that she's so generous with her samples. I finished this sample of the Bathing Gardens Honeydew Drop Sugar Scrub, and she sort of changed the packaging. You can see the difference here. I don't know if this was just because she couldn't get these containers or if she's trying to go to this size, but yeah, the labels kind of fit on this one. She had to put this one in a bag. This one is like just the perfect amount for basically like one use. This is a little less than one use in my opinion, but it's nice again to still get free samples, and it was really nice to try this particular scent. I don't really gravitate toward like honeydew kind of scents, but actually I really enjoyed this nice melony kind of scent, and I would consider getting it again. Sticking with Bathing Garden, I finished this Snow Globe World hand and body lotion. In fact, I think I have a tiny bit left. Again, I'm just kind of keeping different lotions around so that I can moisturize my hands, and it was nice that she included a free sample of this scent. And then I finished this sample in Loreworks Sea Witch. This is sun-dried driftwood, black pepper, patchouli, and sultry jasmine splashed with sea spray. Man, oh man. So this is the first time I placed a Loreworks order. This was the sample. I made this little baby last. It was so good. Her shea body cream is so moisturizing. A little bit went a long way. And this scent is amazing. Oh, I'm dipping my toe very slowly and gently into some indie bath and body products, and highly recommend Loreworks if you've never tried her. I mean, the owner is just so sweet and amazing, and again, everything I've gotten from her so far I am loving. Okie dokie, moving into the bath bombs and like bath products I used this month. I finished this Mama Bass My Dahlia Fizzy Milk Bath, and this is really wonderful. I can't remember the notes, sorry, but to me this is a laundry scent. It just smells like fresh cotton, fresh laundry. I believe this might have a little bit of lavender and pink sugar in it. I can't exactly remember, but this was fabulous. This is the first time that I had tried Mama Bass's products. Like I said earlier, I'm sort of dipping my toe and just very slowly, not gonna go overboard in some indie bath products, and I really found a lot of enjoyment out of this, so much that with her recent restock I did order another like small bag of this. This scent was so strong. I've definitely found that some of the indie bath products, the scent is so strong compared to some of the Lush products. So yeah, if you're looking for like a stronger bath scent, definitely recommend. And then I finished this dark crystal bath bomb. I'll try to do a slide screen here of what the actual bath bomb looked like. Unfortunately, because I used this like at the beginning of May, I really can't remember what it smelled like. The bath art was pretty, I do remember that. It was sort of like a medium fizzer, and I enjoyed it. I feel like I enjoyed her bath milk powder better than I did the bath bomb, but I mean, it was really pretty. I finished this Lush bath bomb in Excavation. This is a woody citrus discovery. Really enjoyed this bath bomb a lot. It was just cool, first of all, because it just looks like you're, you know, doing a dino excavation. Again, I'll do slide screens of all of these bubble bars and bath bombs, and I just thought the scent was really nice. There definitely was something citrusy and lime about it that I enjoyed, and I would definitely get another one of these. This looks bad because it's so old, but this is the Cheer Up Buttercup Bath Bomb. I use this because I'm trying to use up some of my older bath bombs, and unfortunately, Lush is best used fresh, and because this was older, it didn't have the same potency of scent or the same like fizziness in the bath art that it should have, so it was just okay. I had this whole like dino bath theme one night along with the Excavation bubble bar. I used this Stegosaurus Fun Egg. This came out a couple years ago. This one, even though it was older, still performed great. It had a little dino in the middle that was made of fun, which was just kind of cute, so really enjoyed this one as well. And then I also, along that same theme, used the Brontosaurus Fun Egg, and it was also nice. I feel like this one wasn't as fizzy as the Stegosaurus one, even though they were purchased at the same time and stored the same way. So I always find it interesting that like some of the bath bombs last a long time and some don't, but it was really fun. I enjoyed these bath bombs. I finished the Geode Bath Bomb. Really enjoyed this one. It's just really, really pretty. It added a really nice gold luster to the bath, so I enjoyed this one a lot. I finished this chamomile flower bath bomb. I'm not the hugest fan of this particular scent. I've just found that I'm not the hugest fan of chamomile in general. What I love the most about this particular bath bomb is the fact that it added like this sort of milkiness to the water. So the water went from like a sort of bright purple to sort of like this milky purple, and I thought that was really pretty, so I enjoyed that. I finished this Sleepy Bubble Bar. Of course, I love this one. It smells like the Twilight scent. It's just a nice big bubble bar. It was easy to chop, really great, amazing Twilight lavender scent. Just loved it a lot. I finished this Shijimi Butterfly Bath Bomb. Really love this one. They're just really pretty. This one was blue and black, and the bath art was stunning, and I just really enjoyed this one a lot. Would definitely purchase this one again if it came back. And then I used an Ickle Baby Bot bath bomb. This one is a lavender scented one. It's just a small little bath bomb, but it's perfect to add to like other lavender scents in your bath. And then I used the blue gardenia salt cube. Actually, this has a lot of lavender in it, and the salt cubes don't really give out bath art, but because of the blue and the yellow, it did make the water like a nice sort of green color, and the scent was outstanding. So I definitely would get another one of these as well. Okie dokie, moving on into the candles. I finished 9 Bath & Body Works candles in May and June and 6 Homeworks candles. All right, let me just jump on in, starting with the Bath & Body Works candles. I have been loving watermelon, especially in June, and I finished this watermelon lemonade. The notes are watermelon ice, sparkling water, and Meyer lemon, and this is last year's packaging, I believe, for semi-annual sale. Watermelon lemonade, of course, just a classic, super popular Bath & Body Works summer scent. It is a sweet, juicy watermelon mixed with the lemonade. Definitely more on the sweeter side, definitely more watermelon than lemonade, and it is just perfect. The burn of this one was absolutely fantastic. No issues whatsoever. Strength and throw, it was about a 7.5. Sometimes at the beginning of the candle, I feel like it was a little bit stronger. Toward the end of the candle, it got a little bit lighter. But no issues with the burn. As you can see, it burned itself out, not overly sooty, and I really enjoyed it. I tend to enjoy 1 or 2 of these each year. The next one I finished is this Raspberry Tangerine in this really pretty spring packaging. The notes are wild raspberries, fresh tangerine, and lemon zest. And I did enjoy this candle. I think that the Bodycare and the hand soap are just a better version of this scent. I think that they're both juicier and sweeter. This has a nice amount of tartness from the raspberry. You also get the sweet, juicy citrus. It's very tart and tangy and citrusy, but it isn't as juicy and sweet as the hand soap and the Bodycare. I did enjoy it. I would probably pick up 1 more of these, but it's not one that I would feel the need to have several backups, because while I enjoyed it, I wasn't in love with it. The lids on these are really pretty, and as far as the burn, it was absolutely great. You can see how clean it looks in there. It burned itself out, no puny wicks, no issues whatsoever. The strength and throw was about, again, a 7.5. I felt like, again, at the beginning of the candle, it was a bit stronger, and then toward the end, it was a bit lighter, and I couldn't smell as much. I did feel like this was better for my office versus like my big open concept living room. The next candle I finished is the Saltwater Breeze, and the notes are fresh linen, violet leaves, and white water blossom. And similarly to the Raspberry Tangerine, I don't feel like the candle and the Bodycare of this scent matched perfectly. The Bodycare had a little bit of a different vibe than the candle. The candle definitely came across more as a floral, linen, beachy scent. I would say more of that linen and the beachy, salty aspect came through in the candle, which I really enjoyed. It definitely reminded me of Beach Cabana, White Sand Beaches, like that sort of family of scents. Not a dupe of those, but in that family. It was actually really nice, and I enjoyed it. As far as the burn, it was a little bit sooty. You can see some of the discoloration of the wax there, but it did burn itself out. I never had any issues with it. When I got to like this part of the candle, sort of the 1/3 mark, I did feel like the burn sort of slowed down a bit. I never had to cotton ball it. I probably could have cotton balled it. You can see actually some of the wax residue on the side here. Overall, the strength and throw was probably about a 6.5. Again, I feel like this one started out stronger and it ended a little bit weaker. It could just be that I became a little bit nose blind to it, but I kind of had it originally in my open concept kitchen and living room space, and then I ended up moving it into my office. I did enjoy this one, although it's not one that I would feel the need to pick up another one of. The next candle I finished is Peach Sugar Cone. This entire packaging This whole collection is just super cute. I absolutely love it. The notes are juicy peach, whipped praline, and crunchy sugared cone. And I really can't even believe that I have a peach scent that I'm talking about. I tend to stay away from peachy scents. They're not my favorite. But this one I heard so many good things about. I heard so many people say that you could really smell the sugar cone, so I thought, let me give it a try. And I have to say, I did enjoy it. It definitely has a gummy peach candy vibe as far as the actual peach note, and I actually didn't mind that. I actually kind of liked it. Sometimes peach to me can go a little bit like body odor, but this one didn't. I like that candied gummy peach ring kind of aspect to it. And then I did get a nice amount of the bakery. I did get that waffle cone or sugar cone sort of vanilla bakery mixed in, and I found it to be really enjoyable. These had the white lids, and the burn itself was actually good. The first half to 2/3 of the candle burned really well, no issues, didn't have to cotton ball it. And then it got to the point where it was starting to be a little bit slower to pull out. You can again see some of the residue on the side there. Not overly sooty. And as far as the strength and throw, I got about a 7, 7.5, so it was great. I did have this one initially in my open concept living and kitchen, and then I ended up moving it into my office, and I just felt like it was better in that particular space. But I actually like this one a lot. I mean, for someone like me who doesn't really care for peach scents typically, this one I liked, and I would actually get another one of these if they were still available online. The next candle I finished is Crisp Green Apple, and I absolutely love this one. This is last year's packaging. The notes are tart green apple, juicy citrus, and sugar crystals, and oh, I love this one. I know it was not everyone's favorite. I think it was actually in my top 19 of 2019. To me, this smells just like a sweet and sour green apple Jolly Rancher. You get this mouth-watering sort of sour pucker aspect to it, mixed with this really nice, sweet green apple scent. So it's a nice balance between like tart, sweet, and a little bit sour. Even just smelling it now, it makes my mouth water. It's really, really good. These had these sort of flower pattern lids. The burn of this one was absolutely fantastic. A little bit sooty, a bit of a faster burner. It burned itself out. Definitely had to just watch this one. Didn't let it go over like 3 to 4 hours. Kept the wicks trimmed on this one. But yeah, the nice strength and throw. I think about a 7.5, 8 on this one. And glad they brought it back this year, even though it was online only. So I picked up a couple of more in the new packaging. The next one I finished is this watermelon ice. Oh, I love this scent. I know a lot of people did not like this scent, but I really did. The notes are pink watermelon, crushed ice, watery cucumber, and sugar crystals. Watermelon, cucumber, yes and yes. I love cucumber and I love watermelon, so you mix them together. Fantastic, fantastic. I'm pretty sure this was a top scent for me in 2018, maybe. I really wish they would bring this one back, although I'm not expecting them to, because again, I don't think a lot of people loved it. It definitely, to me, smells like a really nice cucumber infused water with chunks of watermelon. To me, actually, the cucumber note is more dominant than the watermelon, so you get this watery, green, slightly aloed cucumber note with just little bits of the sweet watermelon. It's not overly sweet like watermelon lemonade, but I absolutely love it. It is so refreshing for the spring and early summer and for hot days, and I really, really hope they bring it back with like a super cute label. The burn itself was absolutely fine. It was a little bit sooty. You can see some of the soot there around the rim. This one actually burned sort of a medium high, so I did keep this one to about 3 to 4 hour burn time, which I do typically for all my Bath & Body Works candles. Kept the wicks trim, but I didn't over trim this one. About the halfway point, I noticed that the wicks were kind of not as big at the end of the burn, and so I did not trim them as much after the halfway point. But yeah, I enjoyed every minute of this candle, loved it so much, and really hope we see the scent back again. The next candle I finished is the Sunny Lime, and this is the one with the terracotta lids from this year. The notes are fresh squeezed lime juice, white peppercorn, and bright bergamot, and this one is absolutely wonderful. I went several years not really caring for lime scents, and just in the past like year, 2 years, I have just fallen in love with the right kind of lime. When I first smelled this one on cold sniff, I thought, ooh, is this gonna be a little bit cologne-like? And while this is definitely conceptual, and I would even say this is a wearable unisex scent, it kind of makes me think of a high-end Jo Malone scent. It doesn't actually go all the way to cologne. You definitely get the bergamot and the peppercorn adds a nice warmth and depth. And you definitely get some of those notes that you would anticipate to smell in like a fresh cologne type scent. But the lime in this really brightens it and adds sort of a nice sweetness and kind of pushes it away from being what I would call a cologne scent to definitely more of a unisex scent. It doesn't go perfumed at all, but it's definitely there right in the middle of this is a wearable scent that anybody could wear and enjoy. And I just found it to be absolutely wonderful. I love a good conceptual scent like this. And at the same time that it's like bright and slightly clean, it's also warm, and I just love that contrast, and I just found it to be really enjoyable. Again, the lids on these are really nice. Definitely going to try to save these and do something with them. The burn on this was absolutely fine. A bit sooty. You can see the wax discoloration. You can see the soot on the side there. This definitely was a hot, fast burner, so I kept this one to about 2.5 to 3 hour burn times. Made sure to trim my wicks really well before each burn, and it still was a bit sooty. So yeah, this anytime you have a hot and fast burner like this, you're going to get a little bit more soot, and you just have to keep an eye on your wicks because this one can get really hot really quickly. The strength of that was about a 9. Put it in my open concept living room kitchen area. It was absolutely wonderful, filled the space. I could smell it from the beginning of the candle to the very end. And I did purchase several backups of this during semi-annual sale because I definitely wanted to have this again. Fantastic. Another scent that I had just fallen in love with this season, this is Coconut Cabana. I love the label. I love that pale pink against the green. It's just so striking. The notes are coconut creme, vanilla sandalwood, and a hint of pineapple. And when I first saw this online, I thought, oh man, another coconut scent, another sort of stereotypical Bath & Body Works tropical coconut scent. And I wasn't really enthused, but I am so glad that I ordered this one because this scent is just so different and unique, and I absolutely love it. This scent definitely is a wearable scent. I would say it kind of goes more toward the perfumed side of a wearable scent. It does sort of make me think of sitting under a rented cabana at a beach resort, and you have this like really nice coconut cocktail of some sort, but you also are sort of getting wafts of the inside of the resort itself, where they normally have some type of nice like beachy scent pumping, or you've had a wonderful beach day and you're going out to dinner. So it definitely evokes some imagery for me, but it's the coconut in this that is so unique, and it does sort of remind me of copper coconut. Like, I think that there are some similarities to copper coconut, but with copper coconut there was this like odd sweet note in it that I didn't prefer. I guess the bottom line is, don't think this is your typical tropical coconut scent. It's not. It's creamy, it's slightly fruity, but it's also wearable and sophisticated, and it's really just absolutely wonderful. I love the green lid here. The wax was green. The burn on this one was absolutely fine as well. Again, this one was a bit sooty. It was a faster, hotter burner, but I just let it burn about 3 hours at a time at most. Kept the wicks trimmed to try to control that soot, so you just have to keep your eye on this one. The strength and throw, again, was about an 8.5, 9. Had it in my open concept space. Really filled that space very nicely, and I have also purchased multiple backups of this one because I love it. And the last Bath & Body Works candle I finished in May and June is Hibiscus Waterfalls. The notes are tropical hibiscus, sweet peach nectar, and fresh waterfall mist. And this one was a really nice surprise for me. A really fantastic spring scent, which I really felt kind of flew under the radar for most people. I would call this one a conceptual aquatic scent. There's a little bit of fruit that comes through, and you've got fruit in the notes, but it's definitely not a fruity scent. I don't smell this and think fruit. I smell this and think aquatic. I smell this and think a little bit of ozone, and I do feel like this almost also is a wearable kind of scent. Like, I can see this as a Bodycare scent, but it doesn't have some of those sort of standard Bodycare sandalwood and amber and some of those other things that sometimes can dominate. It's aquatic, slightly clean, fresh, and it's just absolutely wonderful. The wax on this one was a dark navy blue, and my only issue with this candle was that it did want to struggle. I never did cotton ball it. I probably could have, but I think because the dark color of the wax, I think that may have clogged up, the dye could have clogged up the wicks a little bit, and so it was a bit of a slower burner, although I still got an adequate strength and throw. I think there were definitely times that it was a little bit stronger, but there were also times that it was a bit weaker, so I was burning it in my open concept area. And sometimes I'd walk in and be like, oh wow, I can really smell it. I would be hanging around the island doing dishes or whatever, and I could really smell it, and it was very present. And other times it wasn't as present. So probably the next one I burn of this, I would put it like in my master bedroom or my office, so I could really like have it fill the space. So I would say the strength and throw was about a 6.5. The burn itself was okay. So like I said, it was slow. I did not trim the wicks on this one. After the first couple burns, I was really careful. It really just didn't need it because the wicks were kind of small, and you can see a bit of residue there at the bottom. But I finished it, it burned itself out, and I did buy another one of these because I thought the scent was just worth it. Okie dokie, moving on into the Homeworks candles. I finished this strawberry patch candle. I think the label on this one's cute. The notes are strawberry, blackberry, raspberry, and vanilla sugar. And this scent is just okay for me. I have melted and burned a lot of strawberry scents in my time, and this one to me is just a subpar strawberry scent. In fact, I get more of the blackberry and the other sort of actually darker fruits than I do actual strawberry. This one goes a little bit chapstick at times, and it goes a little bit oddly sweet that I just don't love. As someone who really loves strawberry scents, I can't say that this is in my favorite at all. But as far as the strength and throw and the burn, I was actually really impressed with the burn of this. I mean, look at that. Like, this reminds me of the 3 wicks back in the day where there was hardly any wax left at all. The strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8. Filled the space beautifully. No issues with the burn. There was like 1 or 2 times where it didn't really want to fully pull out, but I just didn't trim the wicks after that burn, lit it, and kept going. And what I have noticed about some of these newer 4 wicks is that I don't really have to trim the wicks. I can just light it and keep going, which is actually pretty convenient because, you know, you don't have to deal with all the trim in the wicks. So they sort of naturally dissolve. But thankfully I didn't get puny wicks. So yeah, I mean, the burn was great. The strength and throw was great. So if you like this scent, then this is a winner, but I just didn't prefer the scent. The next Homeworks candle I finished was Guanabana Daiquiri, and I thought this was a really fun name and label. The notes are Guanabana, peach puree, guava nectar, and pineapple mimosa. Basically, to me, this scent smells like a variation of Bath & Body Works Island Margarita, which is like a mango margarita scent. It definitely is, if not very much the same as Island Margarita, it's sibling for sure. I think there are some differences. I think some of the fruit composition may be different. I feel like this candle, Guanabana Daiquiri, isn't as sweet as Island Margarita. I feel like it has a little bit more tartness, a little bit more depth in the different fruits. So that's really nice. But I think if you like Island Margarita, you're gonna like this one. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice, perfect, you know, early summer scent for me. The burn itself was a little bit problematic on this one. It did burn itself out. I never did have to cotton ball it, but you can see some of the wax here on the side. All around it, there was a lot of excess residue. The strength and throw actually was fine though. It was about a 7.5 throughout the entire burn. Again, like I mentioned, what I've been doing with these newer 4 wicks is light them, let them burn, put it out, light it again without trimming the wicks. And that has definitely given me a lot more successful burns with the 4 wicks. So I've been pleased with that. There was a couple of times that I thought, ooh, this is gonna get a little puny, might have to cotton ball, but it ended up correcting itself. I was able to let this one burn a bit longer, sometimes like 5 to 6 hours at a time, compared to like normally when I burn out my Bath & Body Works candles after about 3 or 4 hours. So that was nice. So yeah, I mean, if this scent did come back, I would probably pick it up again. The next candle I finished is the Lemon Poppy Muffin, and I am doing like a no carb thing right now, so that muffin looks really good. The notes are poppy seeds, lemon zest, baked vanilla, and sparkling ginger. And this candle was sent to me free by the Homeworks PR team. Harry and his team very kindly sent myself and several other people within the community a candle and a nice card. So I did just want to disclose that I did receive this one. This is a really fantastic lemon bakery scent. Comparing it to his other lemon bakery scent, which has for some reason right now the name is escaping me. I think it's his lemon biscotti. I like that lemon bakery scent better, but that one has a lot of memories associated with me, but this one is still really fantastic. This one legitimately smells like the name. It legitimately smells like a lemon poppy seed muffin. It is spot on. You get this sort of crumbly muffin bakery aspect. You get a nice amount of like lemon zest, but it's not overpowering lemon. Definitely get a little bit of like the lemon that's been baked into the muffin, a little bit of lemon zest. It's really great. I really enjoyed this in itself. As far as the burn, again, similarly to the other ones I talked about, I lit it, I burned it, I let it go. There was a couple of times where this one wanted to collect some wax on the side, but the good thing about wax that isn't 100% paraffin is even if there is wax on the side of the candle, normally when you burn down, some of that wax will kind of naturally kind of slide down into the candle and keep burning. So that's what happened here. You can see there's some residue, but again, no major issues with the burn, no true puny wicks, no cotton balling, and the strength and throw of this was about a 6.5, 7, so it was really enjoyable. The next one I have is Farmstead Cherry, and I absolutely love the label here. It is just so summery and cute with the white scallop lid and the blue and the cherries. I love the label on this one, and I love the scent. I'm pretty sure this was a top scent for me in 2018 maybe. The notes are luscious wild cherries, wild raspberry and strawberries, plum and vanilla cream. And this is not your typical cherry scent. Sometimes cherry can go a bit medicinal. It can go a bit like almondy, kind of almond oil. This one actually makes me think of a really wonderful fruity milkshake or smoothie. Like you've definitely got cherry, but you've got the strawberry and the raspberry, and you have all these sort of dark red fruits, and it definitely has this sort of smoothie or milkshake kind of component, and I love it. It is perfectly sweet, but not overly so, and it's just a fantastic, fantastic scent. So I really, really hope this comes back out next year, because I think I only have like one left, and that's the original one. I'm kind of like not burning that one, but yeah, I love it. I hope it comes back, and I love the lids on this, super cute. This is one of the, I would say, original 4 wicks where there was a bit more issues than the current 4 wicks, at least in my experience. And you can see there's quite a bit of wax left on the sides here. This one definitely wanted to get puny wicks on me. I treated it like the other ones. I lit it, burned it, and let it go. I would tend to let this one burn about 5 to 6 hours at a time. I probably could have cotton balled this one, but I didn't. I just let it burn, and for the most part it did correct itself, and you know, a good bit of the wax did sort of melt down the sides, but it does have quite a bit left. Because sometimes the flames on this one struggle, the strength and throw was about a 6.5 throughout the candle. But that was okay with me because I had it in my office, and I just love this scent, and I will definitely deal with burn issues on this scent because it was amazing. But I think if we saw the scent again in like the newer 4 wicks, which seem to be different, I think that it'd be a much better performance. So I still really recommend this scent. The next Homeworks candle I finished is the Pink Pomelo. I absolutely love this scent. The notes are pink pomelo, sugar crystals, blonde woods, and watermelon. I would say that this is Homeworks' version of watermelon lemonade. You see pink pomelo and you think, oh, this is going to be a grapefruit scent. But to me, I definitely get a lot of watermelon. There's definitely grapefruit here, but it's more like a watermelon grapefruit lemonade. I would say that this isn't as sweet as Bath & Body Works watermelon lemonade. That again, this one is a bit more nuanced with sort of a bit more variety of fruits to make it a little bit different and set it apart. But I would say they're in the same family. So if you like watermelon lemonade, but you wish that one wasn't as sweet, I think you might really like Pink Pomelo. To me, that little bit of tart grapefruit that does come through is just perfection mixed with the sweet, juicy watermelon. And I love it. It's so refreshing. It's fantastic. The burn on this one was fine. You can see it burned itself out. Not too much wax left. Not too much wax on the sides either. I light it. I burn it. I let it go. I don't trim the wicks on these. And overall, it was a pretty decent burn. The strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8, and I would definitely purchase this one again. And the last Homeworks candle I finished in May and June is Guava Sunset. And let's just take a moment to look at this absolutely beautiful label. Oh, just so pretty. The original label of Guava Sunset was beautiful, but this label's gorgeous as well. The notes are pink guava, juicy nectarine, fresh papaya, and coconut water. And this is one that I purchased from Ulta this year, and I just love this scent. Definitely your fruity tropical scent. Guava and papaya have very distinct notes and are very sort of different than a lot of other tropical scents, and I just found it to be really nice. It's not overly sweet. It does sort of make me think at times of like this sort of tropical bubblegum kind of scent, but there's a nice tartness, there's a nice sweetness, and it's just perfect for the hotter weather, and I loved it. The burn on this one was absolutely wonderful. You can see there is hardly any wax left whatsoever. Really not any wax at all left on the sides. This one was a fantastic, like a really nice medium burn. Never worried about it getting puny wicks. Again, I would light it, let it burn. I think on this one, I did trim the wicks a little bit, but I just was really careful not to overly trim. The strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8, and I really enjoyed it. It was beautiful and it was burning as well, because as the flame went down, it kind of looked like the sun was setting on the label, and I would definitely get another one of these from Ulta for sure. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. That is all of my candle and body care empties for May and June. Let me know in the comments below what you have been burning the last couple of months. Let me know what you think about this sort of different kind of format of videos. I really would love to have your feedback. If you watch this video in its entirety, leave me some kind of summer emoji below, something that makes you think of May or June. If you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. I do have hauls and other empties coming up, so if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you for all of your support as always. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.